right, guys, welcome back. Going to do a quick video today. In the process of doing some testing. Got some older software updates, doing those today. Did a little bit yesterday, but going back to some of the same areas where I had some 26.1 testing and things like that. So be looking for those over the next few days. But today we're looking at something that is really valuable this time of year, and that is I found some drains, little small drains that in flats that kind of lead back into spawning pockets, and you'll be able to see some fish on these drains, and you'll be able to see. But let me explain to you that this was before I hooked up the transducer from the force in through the system. This drain was literally 6 inches deeper than the surrounding area, 6 inches. And I did this by taking my rod and sticking it in the water and seeing. I mean, you can feel the drain and feel it get deeper, maybe a foot at the maximum. So it just shows you how valuable this tool is. And these little drains are like super highways, especially in the spawn. Any cold weather, they pull to them. As they're moving in, they use them as highways, and then they pull off and stop at stumps and staging areas along the way. So I'm going to show you this drain. We're going to point it out. Take note of all the fish. Not going to do any screenshots today. I'm trying to get to the lake to get some of this testing done, but be looking. I've got some older versions. I got 24 software. I'm going to be running the 26.2 software today. I'm going to spend a lot of time that, but I'm also going to be trying to catch some big bass. I like them old green ditch pickles, as some of y'all say. I like that. That's pretty awesome. So that's what I'm going to start calling them, ditch pickles. But, be watching for that. But thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. You guys are awesome. Let's go. All right, guys, here we go. I was just fishing along. And a lot of times, even when I'm fishing along, I don't always just constantly look at it. I think sometimes I get confused that I'm constantly looking. When I'm fishing trees, they're very shallow, or I'm just fishing, sometimes I don't, but I always have it on. And this is when I first learned about the proper angle and how important it was. You'll have to excuse all the bumps. Louisiana is like riding in a minefield. And I just happened to look down, and I noticed I was throwing a square bill at the time, just how it felt different. It kind of felt like it went away for just a minute, and I couldn't figure it out. And then I found this little drain. Now you'll notice this little drain's not very big at all, maybe a couple feet in width, maybe 3-4 foot, but it's got cypress trees on the side of it. And what I did is I speeded this video up because I didn't want you to sit here and have to look at it as I did it in slow motion. I went around it and looked at it at different angles. You know me, I like to look at things at different angles. But this is very shallow water. But look at it here on the right. Now you'll see that's just the resemblance of a ditch. It ain't much. And on the other side are some cypress trees. Well, of course, they're going to pull off out of that ditch on the way into this spawning flat and go straight up to those cypress trees. And I'm still experimenting at this time when I first got this video with distance and learning how far to put it and how far to not put it. I mean, this is a very useful tool out to 80, 100 foot. I mean, you can use it out that far. But if you really want to get the fine detail, I like to keep it on, no more than, say, 40, 50 at the absolute max. When I'm fishing, a lot of times I don't go past 30. Just because I'm making short cast and it's a shallow water target type environment. But as the end of this ditch right here, good Lord, it's like driving through a minefield in Louisiana. As you go into the end of this ditch, you can actually see a school of fish at the very end of the ditch, where I'd actually caught like 10 fish. They were schooled up right at the end of the ditch, and you can actually see some of the small bait fish swimming across right now. But just look at the detail in that ditch and how it's got the small little winding areas right there. And those little turns, those little corners, although they may not seem like much, that is what you're looking for. But look at all the fish activity. Notice the fish activity around that ditch. It is, bait fish use it, bass, crappie. Look at there, me using crappie instead of white perch. You guys are rubbing off on me. But guys, thanks for watching. I hope you can learn something from this, and I appreciate y'all watching every day. All right, guys, what y'all think about that? Pretty cool that you can see those ditches and everything like that. you know, I appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate y'all joining. Like I said, we're at 5,800 now. It seems like 10,000 is far away, but we're adding anywhere from 70 to 100 every single day. It's getting there. We've got to get that other 80% that watch to subscribe. I mean, apparently they watch a lot, so we got to get them to watch. But thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and don't forget, hit the bell.